Excellency.
Thank you, Imran. I've known Imran since she was a little girl. And I especially always admired her love for the environment. And she talked about environment when most people in Pakistan couldn't even spell environment. Mr. President, IUCN, visiting delegates, ladies and gentlemen. I want to start with a quote from our Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. He made protecting environment a spiritual duty. He said that live for the next world as if you will die tomorrow. Live for the next world as if you will die tomorrow, so you have to be doing your best deeds. But live for this world as if you will live for 1,000 years. So whatever you do today, you must understand the impact it will have on future generations. My love for environment started when I was in school. Our summer was spent in the hills next close to Islamabad, the foothills of the Himalayas. And winter was spent, most of the winter, weekends shooting partridge in various parts of Pakistan. So I was one of those fortunate Pakistanis who saw the diversity of the country. From east to west, north to south, it is a very diverse country. It has 12 ecological zones in Pakistan. So you have from alpine to tropical, from desert to Himalayan forests. The Himalayan forests are probably rare in the world. You do not see forests like the ones if you go from just north from Islamabad, 100-mile radius, you see forests which you don't see anywhere else in the world because of the height and the monsoons hitting the forest at that height. So it produces this ecology, the sort of wildlife, bird life, which you don't see anywhere else. But most Pakistanis never saw this. Most of people I grew up lived in cities and stayed in cities. So they didn't really understand the beauty of Pakistan. And so then I got involved in professional sports, so I was cut off for a while. But when I wrote this book about 30 years back, it was when I cut down on my cricket and again started visiting the northern areas, which are my favorite place in the whole world. I began to realize the disaster that was taking place in Pakistan. When I was born, the population of Pakistan was 40 million, just under 40 million. Today it is 220 million. So we could see the caption in the book, which I said, the dwindling wildlife and forests of Pakistan. Because I could see when I went back after school and in this big period when I was playing professional sport, when I again went to the mountain areas, the northern areas, and started shooting again, that's when I realized the devastation that had been caused by this population growth, but also no concern at all by our governments about the environment in Pakistan. And I repeat, the reason was most of in fact, all the decision makers came from cities, and they did not really know what was happening outside the cities. So I pledged that if ever I got into power, this would become my priority. That we must protect the great northern. I still think people in Pakistan do not understand the diversity in this country and the beauty of the country. Because most of the people live in cities, and I mean influential people, opinion makers, They live in cities, most of them don't go out of cities. So when our government came into power in 2013 in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, we started this billion tree tsunami, and that was the first time any government had done anything about environment in Pakistan. And people were skeptical, no one thought it would happen. But we had a very dedicated team, passionate people. And the magic formula of success, we involved the local communities, young people, women. So this is this formula. When people become stakeholders, people living in those areas, that's how we succeed. And when they see the benefits of protecting the environment. So when we won the general elections, we had this very ambitious plan of 10 billion trees. 10 billion trees means involving the whole country, and especially the young people. The first year has been just planning it, just as it was in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Our first year was basically getting the infrastructure, the nurseries, people involved, and then started the plantation. So now this year is the year when we will start a massive program all over Pakistan. What is important? And I'm talking about Pakistan, of course, IUCN talks about Asia and the whole world. But our main concern right now is to make Pakistan a model. A country where we had one of the lowest, because of no check on the timber mafia. When we started the conservation plan of 1 million trees in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, the biggest problem we had was this mafia, the timber mafia. 10 of our forest guards were shot, killed by the timber mafia. So the government and the timber mafia previously was protected by politicians. That's why they were so powerful. So we managed to tackle the timber mafia and then succeeded in the project. Now again, what we hope is to create enough awareness amongst the young people. The big advantage, if we can convert this into our advantage, is our young population. 60% of Pakistanis are below the age of 30. And we find that young people, when you inspire them, and actually all over the world, the young people will eventually drive this movement to protect the environment. I just read this newspaper this morning that the United States is pulling out of the Paris Accords, which is a big shame because this constant battle between the material and the spiritual. Spiritual basically means selfless, where you think of humanity, and material is where it's just now what matters is just whatever is make hay while the sun shines. Opposite of what the Prophet's saying is. So, what we hope to do is to inspire our young people. What we hope to do is put it in children's syllabus now, that it is important to protect the environment for their future. And we have already started another campaign. Our cities were just spreading. Rather than going up, they were eating up all the green areas. Islamabad is, if it wasn't checked, it would go all the way up into the mountains. So we have now started a plan to restrict the cities, make the cities go up, and make people conscious. The town plan is conscious of the environment. Previously, there was just no concept of worrying about the environment. Waste disposal, cleaning up our rivers, cleaning up air pollution. What we are seeing in New Delhi now is frightening. I mean, I remember going to India in the 70s. Delhi was one of the cleanest cities. And now I was watching on television what is going on, and similar thing is happening in Lahore. Lahore is one of the most polluted cities. I grew up in Lahore, and you could drink the tap water. It was one of the sweetest water to drink. Now Lahore is just this huge city, unplanned, we discovered that in 10 years, they had cut off 70% of the trees in Lahore. The Lahore tree cover went down by 70%. And that is one of the main reasons why pollution has also gone up. So, to conclude, I admire what IUCN does. I always think that people who worry about the environment are great human beings. I consider them spiritual, because all religions talk about being selfless and thinking about others. And on the other hand, the material God only thinks of themselves, selfish people who actually do not worry about the impact of what the actions are doing on other human beings. And I admire IUCN. That's why I always admired Aban, because when she used to talk about environment, people would laugh at her. I remember in the 90s when people used to talk about global warming, people would think them lunatics. And when people would talk about climate change, no one understood. But now, everyone, especially people living in the rural areas, where they are more close to nature, everyone, now suddenly they see the impact of climate change in our mountains, in the Karakoram and Himalayas, in Hindu Kush. The glaciers are retreating. There are glacial lakes formed. And glaciers is what sustains the population of the subcontinent. This is on the northern side. So, I want to again welcome all of you. I hope that this conference is productive, and I will try my best to appear in Marseille in a few months' time. Thank you.